So, I used to think it was normal for friends to really make fun of each other, for friends to just sit back and just let you get tormented by other people, by bullies. I used to think it was normal that friends constantly made you feel bad. Because as a kid, and well into adulthood, these seem to be the people that I kind of converged with. And it wasn't until well into adulthood that I realized that that really isn't a friend. You know, I used to see on TV and admire these people friends who had each other's backs, who lifted each other up, and admired each other for their accomplishments, didn't try to pull each other down, and really supported one another. And I used to think that was just fiction, that wasn't actually how the world worked. But it wasn't until well into adulthood that I began to discover that no, that's how the world should work. And that's how real friends are. But I guess growing up, because I was kind of the outcast, I migrated towards other outcasts like myself. And we made fun of each other. We one-upped each other. We measured dicks, so to speak. Not literally, of course, but who's better than who type thing. And we never really, we were there for each other in certain ways, like if somebody went through a breakup or if somebody was moving, we would help the other person out. But it was never in the ways that really mattered. I say that for the most part. There were some who were there when it really mattered. I tried to be that friend. There were a few people in my group that I really tried to be that for, but I did fall into the trap of, egging on the making fun of, and the dick measuring and all that other stuff. Like I said, that's not literal. That's I'm better than you type thing. And it usually came to like who's stronger, who's tougher, who's been in the most fights, who could get the most girls, stuff like that. Who was better than who. And I usually fell into that trap whenever somebody else would start it. I would kind of not really brag about myself, but share what was going on, share positive things that I was going through. And I can see how that could be seen as bragging. And so then one friend would, be like, just start bragging on themselves, trying to one-up me, and then I would fall into that trap and try to one-up them and everything. And as an adult, experiencing friendships that were completely different, I realized that it's not really the type of friendships I want in my life. And that's not really the type of friendships I wish I had growing up. I wish I would have had the more positive, more healthy friendships. Like I said, there were some that tried to be healthy friendships. But for the most part, it was just everybody looking out for themselves. Some only came around when they wanted something, when they were bored, when they were without a girl or whatever, and it's sad that I had to discover that wasn't what real friends were in adulthood. Even to this day, I have friends who try to one-up me, who aren't very supportive of the growth that I'm doing, who bring up things from the past to try to put me down. And it can be very detrimental to our mental health to have people around us like that. And it's very difficult to cut them off because of the history we share and the experiences we've had together and the good times. And this isn't just with friendships, but with family too. I have family members who are exactly like this. My father's side of the family is exactly like this. A constant pissing contest with each other. Always putting each other down. Not really raising each other up. And as friends and family, we need to do better. We need to be supportive of one another. We need to admire one another's accomplishments. We need to lift each other up instead of holding each other down. We need to praise each other's growth. We need to be happy for each other's accomplishments. And we don't see a lot of that in the world. We haven't seen a lot of that in the world for a very long time, and it's very sad. Very few friendships nowadays involve that kind of support. And it's sad that I didn't actually find that until, I had a few in my 20s, but it wasn't until my 30s that I really found that. And it took me going back to school to find that. And so, if you're one of these friends or family members who's constantly having to have a pissing contest with the rest of your friends or family members, or constantly wanting to put down your friends and family members, look inward on yourselves. Think about what you're doing and how it's actually pushing those people in your life away. Try to be more supportive. Try to accept each other's flaws and move past them. Stop bringing it back up over and over. Quit trying to put each other down. Be there for them. Support them. If they need you, be there. If you're able to. Don't make excuses. If they're there for you, you be there for them. I'm not sure if I got my point across in this video of what I was trying to say. I've been thinking about this all night, all evening yesterday, all morning this morning. And I'm not exactly sure I brought it forth the way I wanted it to sound. But I hope I get my point across. And know that if you are in relationships like that, where you're constantly being put down, constantly being held down, and people constantly have to have pissing contests with you, just know that you can do better. There are better friendships, better relationships out there waiting for you. You don't have to settle for the people who make you feel bad about yourself.